Okay, so I just want to make sure. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay, so welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Today, Kevin Tomlin, a certification assistant, and I, Namika Parker, the current acting general manager of Access Link, will be discussing some of the features of our technology and tools. Um, a few housekeeping rules, and I already mentioned them. If everyone could please put your questions in the chat. Sorry about that, or just write them down so that we can kind of get to them at the end of the presentation. Also, if you learn something new, let us know, and please keep yourself on mute. This is being recorded, so we do want to make sure that we get through all the information that we want to share. And let's get started. So today's agenda, we're going to talk about the telephone, some of the different things you can do other than just call and speak to the agent, and some of the different features of the technology we have that are connected to the telephone. Then we're going to talk about the digital reservation form. We're going to do a quick little comparison of the Access Link online versus the mobile app. Kevin is going to cover that section. And then we're going to jump into some of the other tech tools that we have. Some of them that I'm not sure if everyone's familiar with. They are pretty new to us. That's pretty much it. So next, we're going to talk about the telephone agent. This group of available tech tools we'll discuss first involves or requires a telephone. If it's a smartphone, that's even better, but it's not mandatory. So the first line of assistance is the telephone responsive staff. As pictured here is an agent with a headset. That's pretty much the setup. We have a computer, a telephone, and they're taking phone calls throughout the day. You please put yourself on mute. Okay, so simply by calling the 973-491-4224 line and selecting the prompt for whatever task you need assistance with, you can reach one of the agents in the 4 different departments. So that's operations, that's the reservationists and the service monitors, customer service, who I like to call the researchers. They pretty much investigate everything you guys call in about. Certification, the keepers of the files, the scheduling team, the subscription team. There are 16 different call queues or lines that we answer. The Access Link handles over 1 million calls per year, and this is still the preferred method. So next, we'll discuss the Alice notifications. So pictured here, we have Alice in Wonderland in a blue dress with a white smock. And the night before reminders have been a staple of the reservation process. So you get the reminder call the night before and have an opportunity to cancel during that call. So a few years ago, we actually turned on the same day reminder, which we call the imminent arrival notifications. These let you know the driver's on the way. Then there's a little known feature with that, where's my bus text messages, and we'll talk a little bit about that next. So those Alice notifications are actually a part of our IVR enhancements. So IVR, interactive voice response. The IVR has been rolled out in phases. So did you know that right now you can use your phone to cancel trips or to get the status without speaking to an agent or using a computer? So the next phase involves turning on the voice part of our IVR system. This will allow our customers to speak their responses as opposed to just typing them. While that isn't revolutionary in and of itself, it involves conversational artificial intelligence. So most people, when they think about the IVR, they think about when they call a place and they have to, scream rep or agent or, that type of interaction. This one actually picks up on tone and intent. And what that means is phrases like or oh no or mm-hmm or yep will be identified as, what they are. When I say or I'm saying no, no, not really. Or if I say yep or yeah, that's taken as an affirmative, like yes, is okay. If I can, I will try to play the video for everyone. So let's in this little, let's see. Hold on 1 second. Just bear with me 1 second, everyone. All right, I have the video. It didn't automatically play. Look, part of the loveliness of live is that you get to go through some of these things. All right, here we go. So here is a demo.
With New Jersey Transit Access Link.
Can everyone...
Let's see if Replicant's thinking machine can fully automate and resolve my reservation request.
Let's see if we can share that. One moment. Can everyone hear the video? Like hear the audio? I mean, sorry.
I heard audio, Mika.
Okay.
I can hear the audio with no problem.
You're not currently playing the audio, are you?
Yes.
I cannot hear the audio.
I cannot hear.
I cannot hear the audio.
Okay.
On an
Hold
iPhone.
on 1 second. Let me share again. Hold on 1 second. Technical difficulties. Hold on 1 second. Let me pull that back up. You gotta love it. All right, here we go. Take 2, right? So. All right.
Schedule a reservation with New Jersey Transit.
Better.
Let's see if Replicant's thinking machine can fully automate and resolve my reservation request.
Thank you for calling Access Link. I'm a thinking machine on a recorded line for quality purposes. I can help you do things like scheduling a new trip, modifying an existing reservation, or checking the status of a reservation. How can I help you today?
Agent.
I can transfer you to an agent. However, the current wait time is approximately 12 minutes. If you'd rather not wait, I can process your request immediately. Do you still want me to transfer you?
No, that's okay. Let's go ahead with this.
Okay. So, how can I help you today?
I need to schedule a trip.
I can help you schedule a new trip. First, can I get your ID number?
76540.
I found your account. Can I get your first and last name?
Mike Borelli.
And what is your address?
It's 2 Zachary Lane, Trenton, New Jersey.
Thank you. Before we begin, I need to ask you some COVID-related questions. Are you currently ill with any signs or symptoms of COVID?
No, I'm not.
Have you recently come into contact with anyone you know of that has tested positive for the virus?
Not that I know of.
Just to advise you, facial coverings are mandatory on the vehicle and must be worn. If you feel ill on the morning of your ride, please call in to cancel. Now, let's get the details of your trip. On what date and at what time would you like to be picked up?
Tuesday, September 14th, around 10:30 in the morning.
I have a 10:41 a.m. to 11:11 a.m. pickup window available. Does that work for you?
That's good.
And is this for pickup at home?
Yes, it is.
What address are you traveling to?
I'm going to be going to 321 North Warren Street in Trenton.
When would you like to be picked up for the return trip?
Like 11:30 at night.
I have 11:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. available. Does that pickup window work for you?
Actually, I think I need something a little bit earlier.
Okay. I also have 11 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. available. Would you prefer that window?
Yeah, that's great.
Would you like the driver to blow his horn when he arrives?
Sure.
Is there anyone else traveling with you?
No,
Do you have any mobility needs?
I do not.
Are there any other pickup or drop-off notes we should pass along to the driver?
No notes this time.
Finally, are you paying by cash or using Easy Wallet?
Cash.
To confirm, you're booked for Tuesday, September 14th. Pickup from home at 2 Zachary Lane, Trenton, New Jersey, 08620, between 10:41 a.m. and 11:11 a.m. The fare will be $1.45. Your destination is 321 North Warren Street, Trenton, New Jersey, 08618, and we will pick you up between 11 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. for your return trip home. The fare will be $1.45. Would you like me to send you a text with the details to this number?
Sure, that would be great.
Okay, I've sent the text. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Before you go, how would you rate this call on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being outstanding?
I give it a 10.
Thanks for your feedback and for calling Access Link. Have a great day. Goodbye.
So, switching gears. One moment. So we would love to hear feedback on this product once we roll it out and get started with that piece. Pulling up the presentation. Okay, can everyone see the slideshow again? I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Yes, Mika.
Thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate that. So we do have another video, but I'll email it out so that everyone can watch it, because I really do want to get to the Q&A part and the rest of the information. So let's see. We'll be piloting this product soon. So if anyone is interested in being a part of the test group, please let us know. We definitely would like to get a good, nice sized group of people to test. And the feedback from the customers and the actual users is really helpful while we're still developing the product. We want to try to get that input embedded into the plans. So the next tool, and it's an underutilized feature, is Where's My Bus text. So once you opt into receiving these text messages, you'll be able to type in a short code, just NJT ETA, and it'll show you or send you your ETA, estimated time of arrival, and the fare. So let's get to that part. So on the screen, Where's My Bus text message, or SMS. So by texting in NJT space, your customer ID number space, and your PIN number, and we have a whole brochure about all the features of that the IVR product. but typing in those little short phrases, you'll send in that to 41411, and then you'll see on the screen it says here, welcome to NJT Alice Alerts. And it tells you who to email for help. And it says that now you have opted in to receiving detailed messages. So if you don't do that correctly, you'll get this kind of error message over here on the right top where it says the keyword ETA doesn't exist. If you type in any other code other than those things that we program it to work, it'll give you this error message.
Emeka,
Yes.
the slide is currently not updated. I believe that's what they're telling us right now.
Oh, let me triple check. Hold on one second. Let's see. Technology is wonderful when it works.
Mhm.
Okay, let's try this again. So I want to make sure my slide is working. Do you see the screen with these? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cornelius. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay, so I was talking about the error message, and then I was going to go over. So if you do opt in to get these text messages, the picture in the center where it says NJT Alice Alert, your vehicle is currently estimated to arrive at 2:29 p.m. Be ready. Fare owing is 0. So this is a sample of me using the Easy Wallet and prepaying my trip. So I don't have to bring any money with me to pay the driver, and that's when my vehicle will arrive. The picture at the bottom left where it says you've opted out, you won't receive any messages. You just type in, if you don't want those to use this product, you just type in stop to that short code and it'll take you right out. You don't have to worry about, getting any messages or sending. But the beauty of this is without having to call agent and hold on or log in or use the mobile app or the web or anything, you can just type in and text a short code in and it'll send you your ETA for your trip. Now, the other thing to note is if you don't have a trip, it'll let you know you don't have a trip coming up in the next 90 minutes. That's pictured in the bottom right. It says NJT Alice Alerts, you have no trips in the next 90 minutes. Very simple. So it's not as involved as logging in and that part, but it's also a little easier than most would assume. And you can do this from a regular cell phone. So you don't have to have a smartphone with internet service and navigate different things like that. All you need to use for this is your regular cell phone. Know your ID number and your PIN number, whatever you set it up to be. All right, so moving on to the next slide. We have here a picture of the new digital reservation form. So if anyone's ever filled out an online survey or, logged in or logged on to something or registered for an event online, which most people kind of do as a part of just now existing in society. But if you've ever done any kind of online survey, this form is really easy in that sense. The beauty of this form is that a senior reservation agent will be taking care of your trip. So you input your information into the different spaces that are labeled. So as pictured here, it says customer information, customer ID. You just type in your ID number, your name, first and last name, and the best number to reach you. So that way, if they have questions about the information you put in or your trip, they will be able to call you and check. So we launched this form this April, but we actually started working on it last year. And it was the idea of our operations team. So that's the reservationist and the service monitor group. We tested the form with members from our Citizen Advisory Committee, members from the Federation for the Blind, and a small group of AccessLink customers. Their feedback was incorporated in the design of the form. And I think, it made it better. So we shortened it, made sure we added more information about those things like the shopping cart script. And we now have to update it to include the bag, the plastic bag ban. But like I said, working with the customers and the different groups definitely makes it more user-friendly, I believe. So once you submit your form, the reservationist team begins to work on it. The best part is you don't have to hold on to get your ride. They confirm it by either email or you'll say you want to confirm it by the Alice reminder call that night, or you'll log in and check. So the senior reservationist agents will reach out to clarify and guide you. So if you're not really comfortable with the technology, this is a great opportunity to kind of get comfortable with support. So consider it like the self-checkout. So yes, you're there ringing out your grocery items by yourself, but if you get stuck or you mess up or scan too many coupons, whatever, you have someone you can wave over and they'll assist you with that. So it's similar to that. So again, you can pick how you want to confirm your trip. They'll send you an email or you can go onto the web. Next, we have our web and our app. Now, sometimes you might hear us say it as if it's interchangeable, but it's really not. There are some noticeable differences, which Kevin will kind of speak to in a second. But I just wanted to point out that when you log onto the website, accesslink.njtransit.com, if we have announcements up, like information we want to make sure you don't miss, they will be right there front and center as soon as you get to the landing page. So right now we have about 10 things that we think are newsworthy and worth your attention. First one is the new digital reservation form. If you click on that link where it says click here for the new form, it'll take you right to the website. Again, you can use this from your phone or your laptop or computer, iPad. I think we tested it out using all kind of different technology. The band bag, which started on May 4th. We also help with voter registration, is information about that. Applying for Access Link. We wanted to make sure that stayed up there. VaxRide, the new mobile app, pandemic related advisories, the different communication options. You know, we have My Transit Alerts. We'll get to some of those in a second. I spoke about Alice Alerts. Where's my ride text? I'll talk about Twitter in a moment. Reduce fare card, and then the Access Link technology reminders, just things that we think customers would need to know and stay abreast of. So those are the announcements that we currently have. Next, there are a few things you can do on the web and the mobile app. So picture one, top left, is listed about 8 different things you can do. Update your profile. So changing your phone number, a preferred space type, address, like email address, home address, different things like that. Number 2, you can look at your rides that you've scheduled, trip history. You can, number 3, request a ride, which is really helped a lot of customers who have regular rides and they're really comfortable using the technology. Number 4, subscription rides. So you can look at your subscription trips, and we do have a couple of screenshots of some of these different things. Easy Wallet is a huge one. You can look at your transaction history, your balance, and you can also set it up to regenerate or replenish your Easy Wallet account. Number 6, general information, our holidays that we cancel trips, different contact information for how to reach us, and how to send us other information. Number 7, feedback. So we do look forward to our customers engaging with us to make the process better. If a location entrance is closed, that would be useful information, not just for you, but for other people that might be going there. So we try to encourage, you know, a sense of community in that way. Then number 8, which is all our technology and brochures for all of these different things that we roll out. We usually create material to go along with it. What we will probably be looking to do is just improve the material that we have. So again, the feedback that we get from the customers is very useful and always invaluable. So moving on to the next thing. Here goes a couple of the screenshots from when you log into the mobile app. The first picture is just when you download the app and open it. So it's asking you for your customer ID and your password, which is your PIN number. And you can change that. So when you first initially get set up for Access Link, you have a default PIN number, and you can definitely change that. If you do change it, just please, keep up with it. And if you need to change it again, you will reach out to our certification team, the keepers of the files. They would be the group to help you out with that function. So there's a space for you to type in your ID and your password. And if you make a mistake doing that, you'll get this error message, which is pictured in the last picture. It'll say error logging in, customer ID and PIN combination is incorrect. If the problem persists, please call us 973-491-4224 and select option 1. That is for our certification group. Again, they are the keepers of the file. So they would be helping you with unlocking your file or helping you troubleshoot that area. And in case the web and the app are not working, you may have locked yourself out by trying too many times. So you will have to reach out to us to let us know or get us to unlock it. And it's not difficult. So a few more slides here. Again, reserving a ride using the mobile app. It's 7 steps. Step 1, the pickup details. Step 2, where are we taking you? Drop-off details. Step 3, the date and time. So what day and what time. Now, one thing to know using the web or the app, there are some time restraints. So if you have a trip that you're trying to book for 1 a.m., you would have to call to speak to a reservationist for that. Using this technology, you can book any trip that you're trying to take if there's service, because I want to make sure I'm being very clear about that part. So if I live in an area that has bus service and I could take a trip at 1 a.m. and I wanted to book that trip on the web or the app, I would not be able to do it. So I would have to call the reservationist, or I could put all my trip information in the digital reservation form and they would book it for me. So again, the web and the app, they have that time constraint is blocked out. So anything from midnight to 5 a.m. that you're trying to travel, you need to call us or use the digital reservation form. And then moving on to step 4, additional things like your space type. If you have a manual wheelchair, a power scooter, or an extra large wheelchair, like, it's a bigger size, this is the space where you would communicate that to us. Are you bringing any mobility aids? That is also there. Step 5, are you bringing any other passengers? So a PCA, a companion, or a child. We do still, ask that if you are bringing children or infants, that you have the proper car seats, booster seats, and everything like that. Step 6, how are you going to pay for your trip? So it's either cash or Easy Wallet. And then step 7, it'll say review the reservation. So if no option, no scheduling solution is found, you see here, error, no scheduling solutions are found for the reservation. It'll prompt you on how to either adjust that. So you might want to request a later trip, or it might be something going on where you don't have service for that ride at the time. So again, here's a few screenshots of what subscription rides would look like if you had them. So it will show you the days that you have the trip, the window time, where you're being picked up from and dropped off, and then other details about the trip. In the app, you can also look at the location and it'll show it to you on this little map here, as you can see here. So similar to some of the other things that you might use, like Uber, Lyft, and something like that. So here is a little information about Easy Wallet, which is our electronic pay option. And I'm just going to go through a couple of the different screenshots. It's easy to log into. The brochure is available. You can add funds, set up an auto top up, or you can select cash or Easy Wallet throughout the reservation process and on the web and mobile app. So again, you can look up your transaction history. So you can see what you use your Easy Wallet money on and what trip it was paid, and if it was completed or canceled or just have some kind of indication of how your money was spent. Here pictured is when you go to do the auto top up. It'll tell you need to enter amount between $25 and $50, and it'll show you the deposits, cards, and everything like that when you have a low balance. And then canceling a ride on the app, here's what it looks like as a simple two-step process. So you select the ride that you want to cancel. You press cancel right here, cancel ride at the bottom. And then it'll ask you, are you sure? And if you're not sure, you might want to cancel the request to cancel. But if you are sure, you push OK, and then it'll let you know that it has been canceled, and it'll tell you that you canceled it here. So anytime you look up the trip, you'll see canceled all over it. Canceled in advance and the cancel confirmation number. Now moving on to the web versus the app. So in this corner, we have the Access Link online website. And in the other corner, we have the Access Link mobile app. So I'll turn it over to my I'll turn it over to my co-host Kevin for more on this match. Kevin, take it away.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Namika. Hi, everybody. My name is Kevin Tomlin. Thank you for having me. I'm a certification assistant, and I work with the Access Link Certification Group. So many of you have been in contact with us, I'm sure, before with some of the concerns that Namika was mentioning about, potentially getting locked out of your account or having to make a permanent change to a space type or to add to your address list. So I work with that group. Many of you may also recognize me as being the voice of Access Link. So if you call in on the phone system, you're hearing my voice on the phone recordings. But I also am a member of the tech team who regularly monitors and responds to the messages in the ACES inbox. So I do get a lot of feedback from the customers regarding some technical issues that they're having. Now, as Namika was mentioning earlier, oftentimes you hear of Access Link Online or the web and the mobile app used interchangeably when describing our online options. And while many of the features across the online platforms offer a similar experience, there are some key differences in the way that it functions in a couple of different areas. First and foremost, one of the areas that I've noticed that it's different, and this is one of the most common issues that I have to address through the ACES inbox, is accessing Easy Wallet, whether you're using the mobile app or the web. So there are some limitations that you may have noticed with how you can interact with your balance using the mobile app. Now, here are some of the differences between the web and the mobile app features. Now, on the web, you can pretty much do everything with your Easy Wallet balance. You could add funds to the balance. You could remove, add, or change a payment method. You can enable auto top-ups, which is a really great it's a really great feature. Basically, you could allow it to top up your account once it drops below a certain threshold. Now, with the mobile app, you are only able to view your Easy Wallet balance and transaction history, but you cannot add funds or update payment method or preferences at this time. Another convenient feature is being able to track your vehicle arrival in real time on the web. Unfortunately, this time I've noticed that on the mobile app, you're not able to track the ETA in the same way. It does pinpoint your origin and destination of the trip. However, this is possible if you are using the web. And we understand that this is inconvenient, and it's worth discussing that there's some other workarounds that you may find to be useful so that you could still utilize these options while on your mobile phone or tablet. So if you're using a mobile device, specifically a smartphone or a tablet, it doesn't necessarily mean that you do not need to use the mobile app to access the web. So although we refer to it as the web, Access Link Online was designed to be a site that is used on your desktop computer. However, it could still be viewed on your mobile phone as a mobile site. So what you would do if you run into one of these situations where you do need to add to your Easy Wallet balance while you are using your mobile phone and you're realizing that you cannot do that with the mobile app, you could still access this website by launching the web browser on your tablet or smartphone. And even though we use these two things interchangeably, the login procedure is identical. So you would use your same exact credentials to log into the website. on your phone using the browser instead of using the AccessLink mobile app. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention, which is another common inquiry that I get coming through the ACES inbox, and I noticed that a lot of you were asking these questions in the chat before, is about your stored addresses. So making sure that you regularly monitor and look through your list and make sure that you have all of the addresses that you need would lead to you having a much more successful experience using the mobile app and web. Our system at this time only allows for 9 stored addresses. There's a couple of different ways that you could actually change these. Unfortunately, at this time, you're not able to do that yourself, so you do have to contact us in order to update these options. So you could do that either by sending us an email to the ACES inbox, which is aces@njtransit.com. You could submit an address change through the feedback form, either on the website or the mobile app. There is a section right there where you could select to add or change a frequent trip location. That comes directly to the certification group, and we monitor that email inbox regularly. Just make sure that when you are submitting these type of requests that you're being descriptive about which addresses that you need to remove or which you'd like to add, and that you're adding the complete address information into your request. And one of the other things that you could do is search our common location list for potential destinations. Now, I understand at this point that it is somewhat limited, that we do not have all of the locations that you may need to go to, but we do have a good amount, and we're working on increasing the amount of common locations that we add to our database. So this is searchable in either the mobile app or the web. You just can begin typing your location, and if we do have it on our list, it will display, and it will be an option that you could select. Now, we do our best to notify people whether or not one of their potential destinations could fall on that list, because my advice would be, given the limited amount of addresses that our system allows at this time, which is only 9, excluding your home address, it's best to allot those spaces to something that does not fall on our common location list. And you know, we understand that there are a little bit of inconsistencies and quirks across both of the platforms, and there are also, it's worth mentioning that there are some differences in the way that this may display on your phone, whereas with the mobile app, it's more of a step-by-step kind of feature. On the web, it's more of an upward and downward scrolling feature. So it is just a different way that it could be viewed, but eventually we're going to work towards having more consistency across these 2 platforms. And as we had mentioned before, we welcome any kind of feedback from the customers. You guys are using these options every day and may notice that there are some more discrepancies. You could always send an email to the ACES inbox with any kind of feedback that you have, and it'll be passed along to the tech team so that we could evaluate it and hopefully use your feedback to improve our options in the future. And you know, if there's anything that you would like to mention today, you could drop it into the chat. And we would love to see whatever questions or feedback that you may have. And that's pretty much it in terms of our web versus app smackdown for you today. Hopefully this becomes a more consistent across the board platform on both different options. But just a reminder again, you could still access the web on your mobile device or your tablet. You would just have to launch the web browser and not select the mobile app that you have downloaded. Okay, and I'm going to turn it back to Namika so that she can begin to discuss some of our other tech tools that are available.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Appreciate it. So, as I mentioned, we have a Twitter account. We joined Twitter in March of 2020. As pictured here, our Twitter channel is @ NJ Transit _, so the line at the bottom, AL for Access Link. So we often use Twitter to engage our customers and deliver information, not just about service delays, but about other things and other changes. So we used it a lot during the pandemic, at the start of the pandemic, to communicate the frequently changing regulations, things about capacity, about the fare, about mask mandates and the different rules there. So the Twitter page, we also now just started to kind of use it to communicate to our customers in tandem with My Transit Alert. So we've been having My Transit alerts sent out since I want to say 2016, I believe, might be 15. Getting a little rusty and a little older here. But we use the alerts to communicate to the customers who signed up. You can get those alerts sent to your email or your phone as a text message. It's similar to how the other modes of transit use alerts to communicate delays, upcoming outages, maintenance, anything. It's quick and short. So on the screen, you'll see how you can access the My Transit alerts. Two ways. So you can go to the transit homepage, go to the second word. It says status. Drop down menu will appear, and you want to see right there, My Transit alerts. Once you click on that, it'll take you to the page where it shows you how to sign up for it, how to manage it, how to change your password if you forget. They also have the same issues, people having to reset their password. So they kind of set it up to where you can do it yourself. And our Twitter account, you can follow us right from our social media page, or you can follow us from Twitter. Pictured at the bottom here is an example of how we recently used both platforms. So we had a computer hiccup that caused us to not allow the customers to do certain things on the web and the app, but it was sporadic. So we sent out a message just to kind of let people know, if you run into that issue, this is kind of what's going on, and that we are aware and we're working on it, and some of the other ways that we thought would be helpful. Here you have customers using Access Link Online and mobile app are having intermittent issues. Please try back later or call the reservation line. We gave the number. And on Twitter, this is what they tweeted out. Due to technical difficulties with the reservation system, customers using Access Link Online and mobile app are experiencing intermittent issues and when reserving rides. So we encourage you to try back later or use other reservation options. That's when this digital reservation form came in super handy, and I'm happy that we worked out all the bugs and the kinks in that process, because a lot of customers who are already using the web and the app were able to switch over without having to pick up the phone. So it was disruptive to their normal reservation process, but not so drastic that they weren't able to get their request in to us. So I was happy that we had that intermediate option available. So next we have something really new, as recent as I believe last week. They just updated our accessibilities page. So our previous webinars and other reference recordings are now available from the New Jersey Transit website. Before, we would have to email you the communication, like the link to look at the video, and it was a tedious process. And we knew that it was other people who could benefit from these kind of webinars and events just by having the information handy. So they just announced it last week that they updated the accessibilities page. It has a lot of videos, little short informational videos about rail, bus, light rail, Access Link, on how to use the system and how they have, what accessibility features they have. And this little section that we have carved out for us is for our events like this. The events that we have that are titled Mobility Matters. And it's a lot of different topics, and it's really good information. And, you know, you can take your time watching it. So take a look when you get a chance. I'm really happy that we have a little space carved out just for our customers to kind of process what was going on today and what happened at the event. So next, we have another way to reach us. From the New Jersey Transit page, they added us to their Contact Us form. So as you can see here, we have Contact Us from the New Jersey Transit page, and then bus, rail, light rail, the website, and then Access Link. Once the person fills out their feedback intake form, it'll be sent to us, and we will resume the process of investigating and reaching out. But it's just another option for the customers to reach us. And that is all the information that we wanted to kind of jam into these 45 minutes. So tech issues, please reach out to customer service, or you can email the tech team at, as Kevin mentioned, ACES, aces@newjerseytransit.com. Try some of the features that you heard today, or at least ask us about them so we can kind of explain it a little more. Basically, what's the goal? Like, what are you trying to get done? Do you want customized communications? Do you want only to receive text message? Do you want only phone calls? Like, think about how you want us to interact with you and get you this information. And then let us know what you think. We would like to know what you like, what you didn't like, how is it going? Is it working? Is it not working? So that is it. And we will start the Q&A process in now. So any questions that we have from the group?
Yes, I have a question.
And Jordan?
Yes, I have, I go shopping to this grocery store and to Walmart, and I have a cart listed on my profile, but yet and still they'll send me a car. So yesterday, I went Saturday to Walmart and they sent me a car, and it's not fair for me to have to put the stuff in the cart. I got to take the stuff out the cart and put it in the car. I get home, I got to take it back out the car because they're not allowed to help us. And I called yesterday to complain about it. And she put me down as I need a van, and I can't use a car. I just want to make the van when I have a shopping cart. And she took the car away from me and just put out I need a van. That's not the problem. The problem is they send me a car when they should be sending me a van.
Okay, I think that is a more personal, specific question. So we're gonna have someone reach out to you after the call, okay?
Okay.
So did anyone have any tech questions that we could kind of answer?
Ilir Goka, if you can unmute your mic.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
So I actually had a quick question, but it's actually it's not about tech. I hope that's okay.
Well, I really want to just focus on the technical stuff, but if it's a question specific to you, if you could drop it in the chat, we'll have someone reach out to you after.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. We also have Dan Fishbach. If you can just unmute your mic.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I'm commending you guys for the new form that is on, because I actually used it 2 days ago.
Oh, good.
And I was very pleased that I was able to add the address that I needed to use, because I had a concern, because when I registered for this, my concern was that you are advertising that you're online. Whenever I need to go anywhere, I have to wait until the office opens to make a reservation, because it is always telling me I need to use the address that is already there. And I could not change the address at all. I cannot change the address, and it always hamper me from taking Access Link, just because I cannot change the address in it. So
well, thank you for sharing.
I'm pleased for that form, because if it's gonna continue being like that,
Yeah, we're going to be keeping that one. That actually replaced our old email reservation process. We kept getting feedback that a lot of people were having issues with the PDF and how to save it and process it. So I'm happy that the ops team came up with a different way to kind of replace the old product. So yeah, thank you for that feedback.
Recommendation to you guys. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
That was a problem for me getting to use Access Link, because I've had to take several Ubers because I could not wait for the office to make reservations, because when I come home from work, your office is closed, and when I leave for work, the office is not yet open, and I cannot use the phone at work. So it was a great problem, great issue for me, for my daughter.
Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right, we got time for a couple more questions. Who do we?
Dan Fishbach.
We have Dan
Fishbach is actually next. Everyone else, please wait for Dan to go.
Okay. Thank you. Dan, hello. Hello, Dan.
Dan stated he tried to unmute his phone, but for some reason it's not unmuting.
Can he type in his question in the chat and we'll get to the next speaker so that way we could kind of take care of both people at the same time?
He wants us to. I don't know if we
I
can.
don't think, yeah, we can't unmute you. So you know what, Dan, we will have someone, can you, if you could put your comment in the chat. Let's go to the next speaker so then we could kind of, again, take care of two at one time.
We have Mark Pfeiffer.
Hello, Mark, your question?
Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted first to commend you on a dynamite presentation. I'm in the business of serving people with disabilities for a living. I'm actually working remotely right now as we speak, so I know it's not easy. So dynamite presentation. I have a question because I'm also a writer, and I apologize. I logged in a few seconds late before you began, but
okay.
Can you repeat what you said about reservations after 5 o'clock and what the process is if we have to travel beyond the time that the office is open or late travel?
Right. So it's not tied to the office hours, it's really the service hours. So if you're using the web or the mobile app and you have service by you in those off-peak hours after midnight up until 5 a.m., the web and the mobile app is set up to not allow you to book trips using those two tools at that time. So you may have service and are entitled to a ride, but we would prefer that you call us or use that digital reservation form that goes to the reservation team. Because what we found is that sometimes people make mistakes. So I might have meant 12 p.m., but I put 12 a.m. And that's just a mistake that we just want to make sure we help our customers not make. So while that's not the best solution, right now, that was the ideal policy decision that we made. So any hours, service hours, so like the bus is running at 5 a.m. and you want a trip at 5 a.m., you go to book on the web and is, nothing comes up, it's offering you something later. So if you still need that 5 a.m., please call us or, email us or send us that digital reservation form so we can address it. But that's one of the limitations that we purposely set on the web and the mobile app.
Okay. Are you by any chance, or can anyone tell me if you're looking for any more membership on the advisory board that you mentioned, the customer advisory board?
You know what, I will, we'll try to get some information and connect our customers with that group. That is a local program. The people who work with the county providers and other smaller mom and pops, they oversee that committee. So we will definitely try to get our customers a little more information to be involved with that.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys.
No problem. We got time for like one more question to answer.
I'm here. I believe that Dan is back.
Oh, hey, Dan, you made it back.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, perfect. I wanted to let you know a couple years ago, I came up with a presentation for Access Link at an in-person meeting. This is probably 2018, 2019, something or though. I didn't get to share my thoughts then, but I would like to share something now. So first off, I appreciate your time and the presentation. I also would like more information as to that customer advisory board. That sounds great. The number one thing I wanted to ask you about, though, is your PIN system. I work in information technology for a living. Are you considering updating that to a real password system, considering that you're storing people's addresses and last four of credit card information in a system that only takes numbers and basically has 10,000 combinations, if you think about it that way. So something to think about.
So you're saying to make the PIN and password system more complicated and more extensive, is that?
I am saying to add a field for a real password and not use a PIN only.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we'll take that into consideration.
Yeah, if you think about it, right, if you bank online, which you probably do, would you secure your bank account with numbers only as a password and only has four digits? Just something to think about.
Well, thank you, Dan. I appreciate the input.
No problem. Thank you.
Oh, we actually have time for one more question because I thought Dan was going to have a longer question, but thank you, Dan. One more question.
I can go on, but I'll go ahead and allow people.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. We also have Lenina Munn. If you can just unmute your mic. It's showing you your mic is disabled. I'm going to move on to the next person. We have Serena Kuko.
Hello.
Serena, if you can just unmute your mic.
Okay.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes.
So my quick question is, when you do the Alice alerts or you're signing up, does the system have a way for you to go into your passwords on your iPhone and click the one you want? You know how many websites do that?
Oh, so you mean like because we have a couple of different Alice alert types, you want to try to pick the specific ones that you want?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I'm not meant for signing up, but yeah, I mean, when do you have to do that?
So that we ask you guys to reach out to our CERT team so they can kind of explain, what happens when I turn this off, what happens when I turn that off. So again, that would be you will be working with Kevin and his group who will kind of help you because that's all a part of your client file, like your IVR settings and things like that. So you can change those. So that's the other thing I definitely want to not end this event without mentioning. So you change a setting, you're not really enjoying how the communications are coming. You can always call us back and change that back. So it's not once you set it, that's it. You never revisit it, but you definitely have more flexibility in that. So yeah, you can call us and let us know because we want to talk to you to make sure you understand like what is going to happen when you flick that back and forth. So that's why we ask that you call us to kind of just chat with us. We like talking to you guys. Like talking to you.
Which group do I want to talk to again?
Certification, that's the first prompt, and they will help you with those IVR questions like that.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
No problem. Thanks.
Namika, if you'd like, we have Lenina Munn. She's able to unmute her mic now.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Bye.
Lenina?
Okay. I see a hand up.
Yeah, we have Stella Bustos as well.
Okay, so Stella, are you unmuted?
Yes, I just unmuted myself. Thank you. I was wondering if there are any future plans on your mobile app or on the internet to allow for a person to put in their destination address and then have it give you the closest access link location that that they could, so that if a person so chooses, they can select the closest drop off, so to speak, to their actual destination.
That is definitely in a future version of our website. So what we're trying to do now is look at our buses that we have in the system and make sure that we are keeping up with Fixed Route. So over the past few years, Fixed Route has adjusted some of their stops and schedules and service, and we have not been keeping pace with that. So what we want to do is we're trying to catch up to the Fixed Route world, but that is definitely on the table. We got feedback early from some of the customers that they wanted to just have like a Google map experience. Just type in, you know, the number and the street and have the system find it and tell you what it's by. And it's very dynamic and it is user friendly. And that's our goal. But we're not there yet. I think we might be like halfway there. We have a lot of work that we're doing in the background, specifically dedicated to the map service area and things like that. So probably by this fall, we'll have a little more information ready to present to the public and our customers, specifically dedicated to the map and the service area. So, but we're not there just yet. We're working on it though.
So the only way around that, having that kind of issue is actually just calling in to request a change, or I haven't tried this new form thing. I haven't been able to access it, but my issue is that my daughter's hearing impaired, so calling in for her is a problem.
So I would probably, if it's something as simple as that, I would definitely try to form or email. If the telephone is really not it. We also, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we do work with the, I think it's called the Relay Closed Captioning Group. So what they do is they work with the hearing impaired and deaf community. So they get them equipment, it's the closed captioning phone, or they have the relay person. So, it's not, I really, not knowing all the details and, the usage level of your daughter, or if you're the only one booking her trips. But if you want to kind of support her to do that, we definitely would love to kind of connect you with more resources to help that, help her practice and get some experience with doing that. So, but the digital form is really, I think that would be like an ideal tool, because you can just put the information in. You can even explain, because they have a space to say, I'm trying to go to, this, and they'll do the research and they'll reach out if there's any issue, and they can communicate with you via email. So again, it's really kind of more options for the customer as far as how to communicate and what tools we have available.
Okay.
So I'll have someone reach out to you just to kind of get a little more information on that part.
Okay, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, and we have, did the other person, were they able to unmute themselves? Lanina? No? Okay, I think that was all am I correct? That was all the hands raised? Yes, okay. So all the other questions in the chat, we will go through, answer everything, and it'll be a part of our post wrap up. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who tuned in. Those were great questions. And again, if you think of something after, please reach out to ADA, send the email or call the customer service group. They kind of gather all the feedback for us and help us out in that aspect. Thank you, Althea and her team. I want to just thank Kevin. Appreciate it. Great tips and information. We will make sure those tips are available and updated in our material. And thank you, Nathan and Cornelius. I appreciate the help, and everyone have a good day and try to get some of this nice weather and enjoy it. It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Thank you too. Have a blessed day.
Have a great afternoon, everybody. Stay safe.
All right. Thanks for everything.
Namika, have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye.
better one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.